Hey movie junkies, welcome back to Twin Flicks, where we always here celebrating the magic of movies and most importantly, physical media with you. Now I recently had 3 new 4K UHD releases that came in from Warner Brothers, and I was deciding which one to review first. I received the 4K UHD to Rio Bravo, and also the 4K UHD to East of Eden. And yes, I am going to do a comparison review between these and the previous Blu-rays. The third one they sent was one that was just released, and that is Enter the Dragon. And so I was debating, well, which one of these 3 should I review first? And so I went to my socials and I left the decision up to you guys. And you guys chose Enter the Dragon to be the first of these 3 4K UHD comparisons. And in 2013, Warner Brothers did release a new scan of Enter the Dragon for its 40th anniversary that was released on this Blu-ray, and I decided to pick up this collector's box set. I'm going to just do a really quick unboxing because when I posted this on social media, a lot of you guys were asking, well, let me see what's included in it. So first off, let's zoom in here, is this artwork here that I love, and on the back is the dragon. And then on the inside, of course, you have the Blu-ray, and then we have this folder. So it includes here is this, not sure what that is, a bumper sticker. And then it includes this booklet here with some production stills. We have some art cards here, character cards, whatever you want to call them. So this is just stills taken from the movie. And then we have this patch that you iron on. And this is the best one right here, is this 3D art card. Warner Brothers is reissuing this collector set with the 4K. It comes out, I think, a week or 2 after the initial 4K release. And so fast forward to 2013 to 10 years later, today in 2023, Warner Brothers has released Enter the Dragon for its 50th anniversary, this time with a new 4K restoration sourced from the original 35mm negative with HDR grading, no Dolby Vision on this one. Also, they ditched the 5.1 track that was on the Blu-ray for a new Dolby Atmos mix that I'll get more into after my video review, and stay tuned for that because it's an interesting one. Alright, so let's enter the dragon and see if this 4K is worth upgrading from your previous Blu-ray. This new 4K transfer is very impressive from start to finish, looking cleaner, fresher, and sharper than literally I've ever seen it before on home media. Color reproduction is terrific, and the HDR10 grading really opens up the color gamut much wider here, now with rich, vibrant, and more lifelike colors, from those candy apple reds, blood crimson reds, electric yellows, such as the flags, deeper, more natural blues, and lusher greens. Saturation is increased, creating a more lifelike and deeper image, and contrast is also increased just the right amount to give a slightly brighter image. Highlights are also handled much better here than the Blu-ray. Skin tones are warmer and looking more natural, where on the Blu-ray they lean towards a more palish tone or even a hot pinky tone. The entire image just has more life and vigor now, with more pop to it, and exudes more color depth, breathing a whole new life into the image that just wipes the Blu-ray to the floor. Now, one thing the Blu-ray did not suffer from, surprisingly, is with black levels. They did look pretty good, actually. But what this 4K has to offer is a more consistent level of deeper black levels that look richer and more natural. There's also some excellent shadows and shading that penetrate into the screen. This all especially helps during scenes at night. It creates a much more naturalistic looking nighttime experience. Also during those dimly lit scenes, and there's a lot of them, create an exceptional, more lifelike, better display to the image. The deeper, finer black levels also draws out more information. You can now discern finer details, even down to dark surfaces, and also draws out more colors, even in the darkest, murkiest areas of the frame. Another major improvement here with the 4K is that the image has finer lines and creating a razor sharp image from close-ups to wide shots. The details remain actively consistent. In fact, from any reasonable distance in the frame, you can see clearly facial details with imperfections, pores, of course, all the beads of sweat, down to strands of hair. There's also a finer sheen to metallic surfaces and excellent activity in the background from decor on the walls, different objects and weapons. A great reference point here is with the mirror sequence. It looks incredible with a nice shine and gleam on the mirrors, and reflections are more visible now. As a side note, it's also a fantastic sequence to experience in 4K. Depth is also improved here, giving an excellent lifelike three-dimensional experience. There's now a much greater sense of scale and spaciousness. Also, fast movements during action and fight scenes are constantly in focus and looking much more fluid now than they did on the Blu-ray. I didn't notice any judder or instability. It's just a huge plus with this 4K, especially when you compare it to the Blu-ray. Grain is maintained consistently throughout, giving a very pleasing 35mm fine grain level with a beautiful filmic appearance to it. Guys, this is a major upgrade from the previous Blu-ray on all fronts, and definitely worth upgrading to. Alright, now let's get into the audio presentation of Enter the Dragon, and as I said at the top of this video, Enter the Dragon ditched the now dated DTS 5.1 mix that was on the Blu-ray with a new Dolby Atmos mix. The disc also includes the original mono stereo track from its theatrical presentation. But this Atmos mix is really the one you want to stick with. The Atmos gives a terrific sense of presence and spaciousness and breathing room with the amount of layering it has. The mix is very engaging and has a nice punch to it. High channels are also present, but it's not very active. It's more used for subtle atmospherics. But it gives more ambience and atmosphere to the presentation, especially with the film's score. It sounds much more dynamic and spacious. Surround channels has a lot of activity to it and fluidity than the 5.1 did. There's also excellent placement and movement around the room where you can definitely feel the environment in every scene where the sound travels with power behind it. Low ends are also active with a lot more oomph to it and punch to the bass. Punches and kicks during action scenes carries more weight, and there's more presence to shattering and crashing, along with deeper tones in the music. Dialogue is also rendered crystal clear, very easy to understand, without any anomalies, and music nor sound effects ever drown out any part of the dialogue. Alright, so my score for Warner Bros. 4K UHD presentation of Enter the Dragon, I'm honestly going to give this one overall 5 out of 5. The video and audio presentation is just fantastic on this. This is definitely worth upgrading to. Alright, well now here's the real test. I want to hear your opinion on this. So when you look at the differences here between the two formats, the Blu-ray and this new 4K UHD, which do you think looks better? Head over to the comments section and let me know. As always, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me for a few minutes here and talking about Enter the Dragon and comparing it to the previous release Blu-ray. As always, guys, keep physical media alive, and we'll see you next time.